Can I just start by saying thank you very much to Wissam Yathi, CCG Group, Paula TV, for impromptly organising this and putting on such an amazing event and getting all of you to join us, because obviously I don't know you all, but they know a lot of you and they know people who know people. But thank you very much, Wissam.
You're more than welcome.
And
thank you for coming to Washington, D.C. We love
my
listening.
pleasure. And Mr. Dr. James Ilby, I mean, I can't thank you enough for making this the first venture out of home throughout the entire COVID pandemic. Thank you for coming out tonight and being with us, because I think
just
the
one
debate.
comment. The film was not. It wasn't. I wouldn't say beautiful. It was brutal.
Yes.
It was honest, and it was hopeful. One criticism: the first quote you used from me, I have no idea what the hell I meant by that. And so thank you for the second quote, because I kind of redeemed myself.
I was getting ready to ask you a question about that.
I had
actually.
I listened to it and I said, what do I even mean? It sounded okay, but
I knew what it meant.
okay. Well, interpret, please. But no, it was brutal, and importantly so. This is not a time to paper over, sugar coat. It is a time, and actually, this election is, I believe, the breaking point. And we have a poll that I've done in Lebanon. We're releasing it next Tuesday, and the numbers are shocking, and you know them. I mean, you have over a quarter of the people say they miss a meal on a regular occasion, especially those who are in the group who are poor, which is huge in Lebanon today. The number who say that 60+% of young people want to leave the country. And yet, 19% say they have faith in the traditional parties, but over almost 70% say they will vote for the alternative parties in the next election.
Wow, fantastic.
That's important.
That's
right?
amazing.
That's important. That could be, I mean, if you get a Paula Yacoubian and the people she is with in Parliament, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. So it's important, this election.
Which leads into your questions.
Yeah. I mean, there are. I guess just for you in the crowd, so just to I mean, clearly Dr. Zilbi has done some of the polling. We'd like to ask a little bit more about that. He gave us some insight into this. Daizy, of course, is the creator of this entire beautiful movie. And we'd love to kind of get to a point where you guys can ask questions, be it on any front, the movie making itself, the actual content, or what's happening with civil society. So I can help share with you some of the latest, because there's been a lot of uphill and downhill. But I'll start with a question, which is, this is your second movie. And why do you even bother? You're Lebanese Australian, you live halfway around the world. Why do you even bother? Say the film.
I think I said it all in the film. You just made me very emotional. Can you detach yourself from that history, from those people, from that that world that is special? It's beyond. I can't put it in words, but it's so important. It's in my blood. It's in my being, and I think I was Joan of Arc in another lifetime. So I believe in fighting for causes, and this couldn't be a better cause to fight for. It's my identity, it's my history and my children's history. So what am I going to do, lie on a beach? Come on.
I hope not. Dr. Zilbi, question for you. What made you accept being in the movie, and what's your impression of the end product when you see so many of these Lebanese politicians who, I know you've been around for a while, and you've seen a lot of things change even in this country, but some things never seem to change in Lebanon.
Yeah,
So what's
you
your
know,
impression?
I think one of the saddest moments for me was in the recent times was after the port explosion of devastation which you captured from the little film clips that you had so powerfully, was to see Macron in Beirut on the street with people, where no Lebanese leader was.
Yes,
But it took a Frenchman to do it.
that's right.
Was really a powerful thing and a disturbing thing.
Yeah.
And then when he gave them an ultimatum, fix it or else, and a few days later, who gathered to fix it? The problem. The problem can't solve itself. I mean, the slogan of the street, all of them means all of them, means that those who have to fix the problem can't be the people who are the problem. And so, unless there's a clean house, it doesn't change. So when Daisy asked me to be in the film, talk to me about the film, it's something obviously I think about a lot. I mean, my family's from there. I've been there going back to 1971, the first time I was there during the Civil War a number of times. I know a lot of the people who are in this film, and my family is still there. And you're right. It captures a piece of you. I mean, I'm born in the States. Played Little League and was a Boy Scout as a kid. I mean, I'm an American, but there's a part of you that always holds Lebanon in your heart and can't let it go. And it's a hole in the heart that doesn't heal. You know? And you kind of want it to heal. You want it to be I was in church a month ago, and they were praying for the destitute and suffering around the world. Afghanistan, Haiti, and Lebanon. And I said, oh my God, is that what's happened to us? That we've gone from the Paris of the Middle East to Afghanistan, Haiti, and Lebanon? And it was these sons of bitches who brought us to that point. And they don't care at all. They're just doing fine. So that's why I wanted to be a part of it, and I want to still be a part of this whole effort, and I'm hoping to see real change in it.
Sure. So what I liked a lot about the movie, Daisy, is its focus on the elections, which is something that we're, that I'm personally, but a lot of us are very, very involved in. And tell me a little bit more about, whether or not when you watch it again, and I'm sure you've watched it many times, if you truly believe that these elections are going to make a difference, one, and two, whether the expats could be a major change agent in all of this, because a lot of the guys here are actually expats.
I don't think I can say it more clearly, and it's reinforced every time I watch the film, and reinforced every time I talk to people. The only way forward is democratic change, and we don't want to go back to violence. We don't want to go back to, the muck that we're in right now. And the only way out of it is to do something we haven't done before. And at least 51% of us haven't done it for a long time. And there's probably a lot more that are not registered, that there could be so much more. But the diaspora has an incredible role, and that's why I had to go to the diaspora to talk to, you all, because you're the one that's footing the bill. We are footing the bill for the last 4 decades. And they want us to foot the bill. They're waiting for us to send money back, so they can just keep pocketing the money they get from whoever decides to give them aid and whatever taxes. So we have a right, we have a responsibility to be involved, and voting is the only way. And we're a massive community in the diaspora. And not only voting, many of us might not register. I decided to get my passport when I was in Lebanon a couple of months ago, because I'm going back to vote in Lebanon, because there was a debate whether they were going to let us vote or not, so I wasn't going to allow them to take that away from me. But even if I know we're pushing now, we're doing everything to get people to register to vote. but even if you can't register to vote because you don't have your kharaj ad or your ID or your passport, you know people in Lebanon. You have friends or you have relatives or you have family in Lebanon. It's incumbent upon you to force them or make them aware of how critical their role is when they vote, and to vote for someone new, not to vote for the old. But they should vote, and they have to change their vote. So our voice in the diaspora has many levers of power that we need to leverage. And one of them is voting. Next election, after this one, we're going to be far more organised, and you're all going to be registered, and millions of us will be registered. But right now, this election has a critical role to play. We have an incredible role to play. We don't need to win half the seats. We really only need to win a small minority. I think the tipping point, Pierre Dahed was educating me on this, is maybe 11 seats. Right, Pierre? 12. 9 seats. And we need like 130,000 votes or something out of maybe 3 million. Excuse my, I don't know what side of politics you stand on, but Donald Trump won the 2016 election on 70,000 votes. That's it. We need 100,000 or 120,000 and 9 seats to form a bloc in Parliament. So don't stress about us not being able to transform and eliminate them all. We and the people who believe, the 70%, God willing, in Lebanon who believe in a better Lebanon, a free and fair Lebanon, have incredible incentive to fight for these elections and push forward for it. And if you can't get there, if you can't vote here, go there and vote in Lebanon. I'll see you there.
All right, what I would like to do next is I would like to open it up for you guys to ask any question on the movie